Italian Football Podcast.
Right, John Soliano says, what are the best and worst kits of the new Serie A season? And we've got them all here. So I've got a couple. So basically, I want to go quickly through them.
Milan. Yeah, go best. Yeah, go on. Tell me your favorite ones first.
Okay, I'll give you. I don't know if it counts or not, but I think the undisputed winner of this year is Roma's centenary shirt. I don't know if it counts, but I know they turn 100. It is absolutely stunning.
That is a Roma Scudetto European Cup final 83, 84 kind of era shirt. That is beautiful. I can just see Paolo Roberto Falcao wearing that, or Bruno Conti. That is a beauty. Yeah, I agree. That's the winner.
It's absolutely stunning, and this year is a bit different. I'm buying it. That's exactly what I'm telling you. That's how beautiful I think that shirt is. But in order to but then second spot, they haven't officially released it, but all the sites have it, like the leak. Have you seen the Napoli centenary one?
I have not.
WhatsApp
it to me now so I can look at it.
Yeah, I'll
while you're doing that, I'm just going to tell you which other kits I like, because I agree with you on the winner. I like Milan's shirt. I mean, you can't usually go wrong. Milan's home shirt that is really nice. I like Atalanta's home shirt. I like Atalanta's away shirt. I think they're both really nice. Bologna, just as I said last season, I like their home shirt. I quite like their away shirt as well. I like Inter's home shirt. I think
I love Inter's home shirt this year.
I think Inter's nice home shirt.
I love
Juventus. I don't like Juventus too much. Not that the colours. I mean, you can't go wrong with the three-stripe clubs. They're always beautiful. I don't like the white Jeep and the white Detroit underneath. It doesn't. The colours don't really match. I think they could have done that better. Parma's away kit, just like last season, kind of a retro 90s away kit. Yeah, I think those are the main ones.
I'll tell you my top 5. In 5th spot, I have Monza's home shirt. I think that's stunning. In 4th spot, I've got Inter's away shirt because I think the baseball one is absolutely beautiful. The 3rd, I've got Genoa's home kit. 2nd, I've got Napoli's centenary one. And the winner by an absolute mile is Roma's centenary shirt.
I'm not as big on the Napoli centenary shirt. For me,
I think it's stunning.
It's just a standard Napoli shirt with the 100 on it. For me, I mean, it's okay. I don't think it's anything special. It's not really. I don't see it as much of a retro shirt. I don't see Mars. I don't see any Maradona Mars in that or Boitoni. I don't really see that in there. But the Roma. I agree.
I love the collar on it. I think it's stunning.
Worst kits. I've got two. I've got two kits that I really dislike. The first one is Frosinone. The home kit is horrible. Those colours are yellow with the blue, and I don't like the font and text on it. I mean, Banco Popolare, I'm never going to really like that. But it's the yellow and blue, horrible. They just don't go together. And the other one I really dislike is Venezia. Oh, it's awful. But I think Venezia's home shirt is the worst. It's absolutely disgusting.
And I agree with you. It's horrible, and it pisses.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that. Usually, Venezia make amazing shirts.
Last time they were in Serie A,
some of the shirts. Yeah, they did some of the most amazing, and how the mighty have fallen. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's sad to see.
It's awful. Yeah. It looks so like somebody's just designed it on paint.
It looks like it looks like a colorblind 5-year-old has gone to school with crayons. Like it just there's no. Have you ever seen children draw badly?
And the other thing is, it looks really cheap material. The kits,
yeah.
Well, it looks like those kind of kits that you wash them a couple of times and they go all crusty and thick and heavy and crusty. Like that's what the material looks horrible.
It really looks absolutely ugly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree. That's the ugliest one. I think is.
I usually pick Lecce because also Lecce are always handicapped by the fact that their two colours just don't go. But actually, their kit for those colours is actually not bad. They've actually done a good.
I agree with you.
They've done the best job that they could do with those colours. I mean, those colours are they're unmatchable. Those colours. They've actually done a pretty good job.
I agree with you on that. I think in terms of ugly as well. I'm sorry, but the Parma third kit is just an eyesore. And also for all of Frosinone's. I don't like Cagliari's any of Cagliari's shirts. I think they're not very nice either.
Inter Milan. Inter's third kit's horrible as well. That grey.
Which one is
It's awful. The third kit, horrible, really horrible. Actually,
I like that. I like that. That's it's because I have that reminds me that grey kit has connotations for Interisti. That's why I like it because it reminds me of the 97-90. It's an homage to 97-98.
Sure. There's another one I really like actually. I should have said earlier. Juventus's pink kit is beautiful. It's absolutely.
Yeah, I like the pink.
I miss that.
And I love what they've done with the badge. That it's a retro away kit with the old Adidas and the old Juventus logo. I think that's absolutely genius what they've done with that. And also, I want to give a shout out to Cormo's away kit. I think that's really nice.
That's a nice kit. Yeah.
Right. Let me just minimize that. Let's go here. Right. So next question, David Bacharach says, welcome back, Nima. We'll miss Carlo, but it's exciting that his dad is retiring. If I ever make it to Brentford, I will sure to be stopped by the cake shop. I've got 2 Milan-related questions.
It's Bedford, by the way, not Brentford. But yeah, thank you, David.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry, Bedford. Yeah.
And my dad isn't retiring, by the way. He's not going to retire. He's just going to be, It's just going to.
Sav is never retiring. He's never retiring. He's not that man. And I love the stuff you guys put out. I love the pizza thing I just love how he did it so easily. First try, boom, damn, go home. You all can go home. I loved it. He did it. I think he even did it with his wrong. Is he right-handed? Because he did it with his left hand, didn't he?
He did it from the side as well.
Exactly. I mean, that's just because go home. You all can go home. I love that. It's brilliant. Right. He's got two Milan-related questions. Has this summer changed how you feel about the long-term project from the Cardinale? It seems like it was a middle management that you trusted to do a good job, that were the most responsible for Milan's regression since he took over. Example, Furlani, Moncada's bargain signings, and even Tare of Nkunku and Ricci, whom I like, but unfortunately wasn't wanted by Allegri. And also, second question is, of Camarda, Cisse, Comotto, and Toriani, who do you feel is most likely to establish themselves as a core rotation player and potential starter this season? Well, the first one, I think it's too soon to say anything about Cardinale project, but I think what was needed was exactly what happened, and that was get rid of everyone, start over. The rest, we'll have to wait and see. But they have to deliver now, Milan. He can't blame, neither he or the not investors, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, can blame anyone else now that they've sacked everyone and taken over themselves. Do you know what I mean? So. As for, and the second question, of Camarda, Cisse, Comotto, Toriani, who do you feel is most likely to establish themselves?
Easy. Yeah.
Cisse.
We got the answer already, Cisse, yeah.
Yeah, Cisse, yeah. Next question, Mohammed Wisha says, welcome back, Nima, and good luck, Carlo, on your succession plan. My question is about Leonardo Bovio. What type of centre-back is he? And is he going to be a regular with the first team, or is he going to go out on loan? I think he's going to go out on loan. I don't see the point of him staying and sitting on the bench, because he's not. I mean, if you look at the rest of the people he's got to play against, if he was to compete for a starting spot, there's no way he's getting into the team. So, loan. I hope he goes on a loan. Or if they send him to the Serie A team, into Serie A team.
I mean, Florenzi
Right.
was asked by which two Italian players he expects to explode in Serie A this season will be the most exciting, and he actually said Liberali at Como was one, and he actually said Bovio was the other one, which I found very interesting.
But okay, that's did Alessandro Florenzi say that?
Yeah, which surprised me purely for the reasons you said as well. Like, where
I mean, look at he's got who he's.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I don't know where he's going to get space, but maybe he does go out on loan, and that's where he does it. Maybe.
Well, yeah, exactly, in Serie A. That's fair. I just don't see how when you've got John Stones, Bastoni, Augusto, Bisek,
No, I agree.
Akanji, it's just not going to happen. Even though Kivo is a coach who likes to play young players, so I just don't see that happening. Anyway, Magnus Kaufman says, "Hi guys, before I ask my question, I just have to say, what a performance from Pure Esposito against Monza, so strong. I also loved Sutic when he came on. On to the question, how do you guys see Bisek's season? Can he become the starting right centre-back if Stones pushes out Akanji? I really like Bisek's game against Monza. Thanks, guys." Right. How do you see Bisek's season? I look at it like this. Bisek has to show improvement. I think last season we saw some improvement, but it wasn't enough for me. I think we need to see a proper move like forward, step forward. He was good against Monza. I like the start, but yeah, I think I want to see development. I want him to stop doing these like brain dead mistakes where he has like these brain farts. He needs to minimize that in his game because going forward, he's strong aerially, and yeah, I do think he can become a starting right centre back. I would rather have him there. Rather than him as a centre back, and now I'd rather not have Manuel Akanji as a centre back either. But that seems to be what Kiva wants to do. But we'll see. What do you make of it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he started well. He scored the other day. So I think that Inter have got plenty of options there. They're going to have plenty of games, plenty of competitions, and that's also going to be why Inter's strength over the rest is there's just no one that comes close to them in terms of squad quality of squad depth. I mean, I'm
sorry I'm laughing, but the reason I'm laughing is because I'm reading the next question, and you'll be laughing too when I read it now. Jesse S says, "What do you guys think about Milan not giving squad numbers to Nkunku, Tomori, Gimenez, Fofana, and Bondo?" And he says, "Who gives a crap about Bondo?" And then he says, "Whoever buys Santi will have to scrape him off the side of the pitch at the Azteca, where El Tri rightly left him." Oh my God, that made me laugh. P.S. Baldini should have been given the national team job on the spot after eviscerating the system and the players in his first presser while only calling up his guys. Right. I think it's right to not give them squad numbers because it shows that they didn't want them, and that's being honest with the players and basically, go away, essentially. So I don't have a problem with that.
It's fine, but you have to make sure you then sell them.
Yeah,
and exactly. They haven't sold. Well, I think Nkunku should be almost done now, but the others, yeah. So I mean,
Tomori, I think is close to Villa, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay, but you just got to be careful because if you then don't sell them and they're sticking around and this has happened to them, it can poison everything a little bit. But yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. Jack Hacken says, "Hi Nima and the new mysterious stranger to do the pod. I got another question for the pod. Are Costa Inler and Gökhan Runjajic the most underrated director and coach combination in Serie A? Udinese has gone from fighting against relegation on the last day of the season to now being a respectable and strong mid-table side within a few seasons. They played a very strong and entertaining match against Como just yesterday. So do you think Runjajic in the long run can coach Inter Milan or Napoli?" Well, I kind of answered this on the Monday pod, didn't I? I said I think Costa Runjajic is destined for bigger, better things. Whether that is in the Premier League or the Serie A, I don't know. But I absolutely think Costa Runjajic is destined for greater things. I think we've seen him perform too well against the big teams for him not to be.
Yeah, and we interviewed Gökhan Inler, and he was very, very impressive. He's an impressive guy. He's an intelligent guy. He's got clear ideas and understands the game, and is doing really. Udinese, I had Udinese in the top half this season.
Same.
And Fabregas, who understands the game, really praised them on Sunday. Called them a Premier League team. And they're a tough team to play against. So I think
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with everything, all of it. Giuseppe Di Benedetto says, Chani and Carlo, how are you? I've got a few questions for the next pod. One, I've read a few positive season previews for Serie A that are praising the direction of the league. Horncastle on the Athletic, CBS Sports. I'm not that confident. Is there a reason for this optimism, or is this just propaganda? I'm going to let you answer that.
I don't know. I haven't read the articles. I mean, I know James Horncastle. He's a good guy.
I know James Horncastle as well.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, CBS Sports. We know they've got a partnership with the league, and so yeah. I mean, listen. I don't want to get involved there. I don't know. I've not seen any changes from where I am that gives me any hope that Serie A can be what it should be. And
I'm optimistic. I haven't read the piece because I don't subscribe to the New York Times at all. I'd rather burn my money throw them into a literal fire than pay a penny to the New York Times. Even though I love John, I think James Horncastle is a fantastic journalist. But after the events of the last 3 years, October 7th in particular, and their disgraceful so-called journalism, which is nothing but propaganda, I don't want to know. I don't read that shit. As simple as that. I'm sure the sports pages are brilliant, and there's a lot of good people working there. There's a lot of disgusting people working there. But I think James Horncastle, for the record, is a fantastic journalist. I respect him a lot. But I don't read that paper, and I never will. I've no interest in it. But what I will say is this: what I'm optimistic about is the fact that I think the league, they've reached the point, and the appointment of Malago suggests to me that they've reached a point where they all realize we have to do something and we have to make changes. So I'm cautiously optimistic, not just for the Italy national team, but also for the league. But that's all in its infancy. And the reason why I say cautiously optimistic is because we haven't seen any changes just yet. Nothing official has been done yet. They're still in the embryo stage. So that's why I'm saying I'm cautiously optimistic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, fair enough. But I want to see what these things are. I want to see them being executed. I don't want to just see a little bit of talk here and there, and then nothing gets done. And you know what I mean. So yeah,
agreed. That's why I'm cautiously optimistic. That's why I'm cautiously optimistic. I want to see actual action. I want to see the proposals presented before we move on, if you know what I mean. The second question is, Vicario made some key stops for Juve, but went off injured. Then Perin did just fine as a sub. Should Juve just gone with Perin as a starter? Are they in trouble, as I read they are selling Perin to Palermo?
Yeah, Perin's gone to Palermo. They're bringing in Kamil Grabara from Wolfsburg. I think that's official now, actually, on loan the season. Vicario is on loan for the season as well from Tottenham. They're not obligated to sign either of them, which probably answers your question a little bit. Juventus are, tried to sign other goalkeepers. They weren't able to do it. Alisson first, then Emi Martinez, then Suzuki. So the Vicario is way down the list. I think that was a desperation through lack of options. I'm not a fan of Vicario personally. I don't think he doesn't command his box. He's not good from crosses, and especially from set pieces. He's a disaster from corners. But at the same time, he will still be a definite upgrade on Di Gregorio. I think I would be an upgrade on Di Gregorio and Perin. For as horrendous as Vicario was last season, Perin was also terrible when he played last season as well. Yeah. Both were bad. So they had to change both of them, and that's what they've done. So we'll see. Vicario is also a bit of a confidence goalkeeper as well. He's a good shot stopper. If he can build up a little bit of confidence, hopefully then he can do okay enough for Juventus, and then next season, at the end of the season, Juventus can make a decision. It wouldn't surprise me if they just keep him for the season and then buy their proper goalkeeper next year.
Agreed. And I think Vicario was good at Empoli. I really liked him then, but I wonder if Spurs have not damaged him permanently since he joined them.
Well, yeah, wouldn't be the
That's
first.
the thing. No, wouldn't be the first and wouldn't be the last. Third question. Have there been any documentaries about the 90s Parma team? That team was incredible, especially as you look back to see all the superstars that played for them. It would be great if there was a documentary about them, including the eventual collapse of Parmalat. I think I've seen an Italian documentary about the collapse of Parmalat.
Not an English
But
one,
No, I've not seen an English one. But yeah, I think I've seen an Italian documentary about that. But not an English one, and also about that 90s Parma team. My dream interview would be Thomas Brolin, but so would everyone else's, and he doesn't want to speak to anyone about his career. There's a lot of people have asked, but he doesn't want to talk to anyone about it.
Yeah.
But then again, the reason for that is he doesn't trust any journalists, because Swedish journalists completely destroyed his life. So he doesn't speak to any Swedish journalists. Even though he's friends with many, he just doesn't trust any. Right, next question. Yihuan Zhang says, greetings. Question for the pod. At the beginning of the summer transfer window, most people predicted that Roma would have to make one or two large sales in order to comply with financial fair play. However, Roma not only avoided doing that, but also made major investments. I believe their net spending is just under 100 million, if not above. How is that possible? Did they find a new creative way to comply with FFP? Thank you. From what I understand, they still have to make a sale, but it's not as bad as it was, because they managed to, like, for example, that Rodrigo Mora deal, which I detailed, I can't remember where I think it was last Q&A that I did alone. I detailed how they worked around that. I think they've done deals like that in order to follow.
Qualifying for the Champions League has helped them as well, obviously.
Yeah, massive. Of course. But if you go back to last week's Q&A pod and listen to the Rodrigo Mora part, where I talk about the format, which I had confirmed by a Portuguese journalist at O Jogo, who in turn was quoting literally Porto, because Porto is traded on the stock market, so they have to make their deals kind of official. So the structure of that deal is very instructive of how Roma have done this summer, of how to avoid how to comply with financial fair play, I should say rather. Right, Nick Passaretti says Nick Passaretti says my Serie A of the week is the cameraman from the Milan game. After Cisse scores and the camera zooms in on the player's celebration, the camera locks into Estupinan instead of a Cisse. Speaking of,
I wonder why he did that. Why do you think he did that?
No idea. Couldn't tell you why. I give up.
It reminds me of the BBC News when Kobe Bryant died, and they did the main news story on the BBC News. You know, the tragic death of Kobe Bryant, and they had LeBron James as they had his image
piss off
through the entire story was LeBron James. I'll never forget that.
Like, I'm not even interested in basketball, and even I know how both of those two gentlemen look, and they're not even remotely similar physically. Like, and again, I am literally not even interested in basketball. Anyway, next question.
Talking about lookalikes, it's amused me how everyone's calling you Maurizio Sarri now.
That made me laugh a lot as well.
It was funny. It was funny, and now I see it, I can't unsee it. Now I can't see it.
I'll take
even
it.
now,
I'll
what you just did there, even there, what you're doing now with your mouth, with your hand, because Sarri does that when he's biting his filter, when he can't smoke, you know.
Yeah.
But you do. You look like Sarri with your shaven head, with your glasses, and
I do. I can see. I can see that.
You've got the same nose as him. You've got the same Sarri nose as well.
Yeah. And also the same political beliefs. So I'll take that 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you could be grumpy. You could be a grumpy one as well.
Grumpy communist. He's a grumpy communist who doesn't like stupid people and stupid questions and stupid journalists. So yeah, you can absolutely call me Maurizio Sarri. No problems. No problems. Right. Last question. Frilin Aguilar says, and also he's from Tuscany, which is my favorite part of Italy as well. So yeah, absolutely. Frilin Aguilar says, what do you guys think of Yildiz for this season? Do you think he has reached his ceiling, or he can go any bigger? Hasn't done much lately, and I didn't feel the same excitement for him anymore. Also, my flop for the season is Colomwani. Just don't see him doing great, and I will never forgive him for missing that one-on-one chance against Argentina.
Yeah, he wasn't great at the weekend. And Spalletti was very. Spalletti.
Speaking of grumpy people
Yeah.
from Tuscany, yeah.
Yeah, Spalletti was very critical of him, but I think that was more tactical. I think that was Spalletti trying to get in another player, which they will now need, another attack, which they will now need because Yildiz has got an injury, which looks like he's going to need surgery and be out for 2 months and at least 2 months, which is a total disaster for Juventus. It really is. Start of the season, you lose your star man for 2 to 3 months. It just knocks the wind out of your team.
It really does.
Straight away. It's just
Spalletti's been so unlucky since he joined Juve, I think. Really has been, it's a little bit like he's been kind of unlucky in his career, and it feels like it's like everything has come back. He's even unlucky at Juve. I mean,
Yeah, he has. I mean, regardless of that, I think he had a bad end to the last season because he was carrying an injury, a chronic injury, which they never really sorted. He carried that into the World Cup, then didn't have a good World Cup as a result. And was he over it by the first game of the season? Well, I think it's irrelevant now because he's got an injury and he's going to be out. And Juventus are going to have to. I think what could happen is potentially if they bring in an actual, as I was saying on Monday's show, kind of old-fashioned, more target man number 9. Like Sorloth, potentially they could look at maybe doing a swap deal for Nico Gonzalez, who Atletico Madrid want to bring back. That could be something, for example, that maybe we'll actually end up seeing during the Yildiz's absence. We'll maybe see Colin Wiley move out into a wide attacker role. I think that could be something that potentially happens. If not that, then you're going to have to look at someone like Borga going into that role, or who else? I don't know. So yeah, I think they're going to need to buy. Yeah, I do think they're going to have to need to buy someone, or they keep Nico Gonzalez and they bring him back into the fold and play him there. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Agreed. Right, that's all the questions you guys sent in this week. Please do remember to send in your questions if you're a patron or a YouTube member via DM on Patreon. And if you're a YouTube member, then send us an email or DM us on Instagram and say what your handle is on YouTube and sending your question. Everyone else who's been listening to this who's not a member, if you're listening to this on iTunes or Spotify, please, or if you're watching this on YouTube, if you want to become a member and be able to send in your questions and listen to the pod in its entirety without any ad breaks, please, you can join us you can become a patron on patreon.com/TIFP or youtube.com/@EatTheFootPod. Hit memberships to become a member and help us support the show. Right, we'll be back next week with a review of the Serie A. We've also got an interview lined up. I'm waiting for confirmation and some other things next week as well. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Ciao, ciao. Hey everybody, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, share and comment below. Let us know your thoughts. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss any of our content when we upload it. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. And also don't forget to follow us on our social media for extra clips, updates, behind the scenes content. We have the same handle everywhere. It's @EatTheFootPod. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.